Hey, hey, it is 4 p.m. on Saturday, my favorite time on a Saturday. And today we are here for another episode of Soulful Saturday Conversations. This is the first Saturday of Black History Month, although it's the year for me. I celebrate Black History every day. The world acknowledges Black history as an occasion uh, during the month of February. And so this month, I thought I'd do something a little different and bring to you uncut gems in our community who are actually living history. So I'm going to invite our guest on today, who happens to be my son, and very excited to have him join us. Hello, hello, and welcome. Oh, I need to take that do not disturb. I need to put that on my phone, right? So I don't get interrupted. Okay, here we go. Hello, hello. I'm waiting for our guest to join us as messages come in, and I try to deflect the interruptions. But it is the first Saturday of February, Black History Month, and today's special guest or uncut gem is my number one son, I like to say, and that's son as in S-U-N, and so that you get the play on words, right? Like sun, the sun gives us energy, gives us brightness, is a light. So my number one son, he's the eldest of 5 of our children that my husband and I have, and he is a living history maker. So he is our special guest for today. We're going to wait for him to join us. In the meantime, just so you know, I am here every Saturday at 4 p.m. for Soulful Saturday Conversations. And hello there, Celine G. Hey, Jeannie, I see you there. Waiting for our special guest to join. I think he's fashionably late. It doesn't change, virtually or in person. He's just going to show up when he shows up, but he'll be on. But we are here every Saturday, and next Saturday's guest is going to be equally as exciting. If you've missed any of our episodes, you can check them out here on Instagram. I have them also uploaded on our YouTube channel, and you can find some of the conversations that we've done. We've had some amazing guests who have amazing gifts and talents to share. So the conversations run the gamut. And this initially started as a way for me to bring in what I say are uncut gems in my community by way of Black yoga teachers. I'm a Black yoga teacher. And so I kind of started this for thinking, I would just be talking to other Black yoga teachers. I do know so many, and I wanted to share that with the community. Hi there, Cherry. Waiting for our fashionably late guest. And it has blossomed, right, into more than just yoga teachers, because I realized that I know some just amazing Black folks who are doing some amazing things. And, just not known, just not known to the masses. Everybody kind of has their own little community or their circle of people, their tribe, however you want to name it. And they, don't necessarily, we don't necessarily know each other. So this is my effort to bring in people and share with others my community. So I'm not sure why our guest is not joining us. Where is he? So, okay, guys, transparency here. This is my son. I just spoke to him a few minutes ago, and I said, okay, are you ready? Because I always talk to people in it, are you ready? Make sure he's being a real son right now. Okay, so I'm going to invite him to join again. I might have to get his sister to give him a call and say, please join us, because I have no idea why he's not here. So let me get my assistant. Let me get my assistant to call. Could you please call your brother and tell him to join us, please? Yes, we're waiting. Guys, this is unbelievable. I don't want to get off the phone and pull mom authority on them. What is happening? But anyway, we need to know each other. We need to share with each other. We need to share our gifts, our talents. You never know who can help who and what we can learn from each other. So those who know me know that I'm all about, hey, Alyssa, I'm a huge proponent of sharing and giving information and connecting people. I love doing that. And so this is my way of doing that, right? So this was born out of our Soulful September Saturdays, the yoga events that we held. Hey, Alyssa, back in September. Oh, why is he unable to join me? 5 minutes? Y'all, I'm just gonna talk to y'all right now. Okay, all right. More full transparency. See, this is an opportunity for me to grow. Okay, here he is. Anthony, you're supposed to be joining the live video, sweetheart. I see that you joined, but I'm just keeping it cool because a couple of years ago I would have been like, what? You know, you're not on it. Like, what is happening? We talked about this. This is not hard. This is really not hard. Just come on. These children, yes, child, but it's Jerry, you said these children, but he is making history, so we will wait. Okay, Anthony, people are waiting for you, love. I've invited you to join. I'm going to try to get you to join again. I'll say here, let me send a request for you to join. Hopefully you'll be able to join us now. So try it again. Let's see if you can come on. Because the people are waiting to see you and talk with you. We're wanting to hear about your history, dear. So is this how a real history maker operates? Hey, Courtney. We're waiting on our, what do you call it? History making guest. Who, my son, you know, mamas, y'all who are mamas, y'all feel me on this one, right? Like, this is like, this child, this adult young man, he's not a child, he is my son, but no longer a child, but let's be adults. Why aren't you here? This is something you committed to. You said you would do this and you're not here. I'm not happy about this. But my yogi self, right, Jeannie? Girl, you give me the face. Yes. Help me out, girl. Like, Lord, what am I going to do with this guy? We're going to take breaths. He is, for some reason, unable to join me. I don't know why. He's having problems joining me. Join. I send a request again. He, if you are using a laptop, oh my God. I'm sitting here like, really?
Hey, I can't hear you.
You can't hear me? Everybody else can.
Now I can hear you.
Oh my God. Y'all pray for me. Pray for him. Hello, Anthony. Hi.
How are you?
I'm good. It's a little dark where you are. Do you have some light? Where are you?
Hold on.
Yeah.
I'm in a restaurant.
Get it together, dude. Get it together. Yeah, a little more light, sweetheart. Shed the light. People want to see your face. You're already nice and chocolate. You don't need to be in a dark background. I can see your shiny white teeth.
Thanks.
Okay. All right. We're gonna go with it. We just got to keep it rolling here, right? We're just gonna keep it rolling. First of all, thank you for taking time out of your busy, busy life. I know it's a lot. You know, your mother's always making requests of you, and you do try to honor my request. So I want to say I appreciate you coming on today. Thank you.
No problem. I'm glad to be here.
Okay, wonderful. So I was telling everyone that you were really trying my patience here right now as my eldest son. Yes, because you're late. And the thing that's crazy to me is that you're in the military. I thought the military, I don't know, I had this conception that the military operates like on time. Like if you're on time, you're late. You're supposed to be like 5 minutes before.
It was my day off, so I was relaxing.
Okay.
If I was working, I would have been on time. But
okay.
Yes, I do apologize.
All right. Well, thank you. Looks like you're enjoying your day off. You got your nice hat on. I like it. So I have been letting people know, of course, you know, no introduction needed for me, but for the people who don't know you, you are the eldest of my children, the eldest son, the eldest child of the family. And the reason why I asked you in particular to join me today, and welcome for everyone who's joining us, is that you have actually made living history. And so this is Black History Month. And as you know, there's no secrets. We've been learning Black history from day, you know, every day is Black history in our household, right? We always talk about Black folks and our accomplishments and what we're doing and the people and all that. So I want you to share. Hey, Heather, and hello, everyone else who's joining. I want you to share what your historical accomplishment has been. It's a huge accomplishment for us and our family. I know in the military and in your circles, you are now in what's known as a very elite group of pilots or pilot group. And so, from your own words, first of all, let's just talk about what it is. What has been your historical accomplishment?
Well, so
Michelle?
obviously, I am a pilot now. So I graduated pilot training last year, and it wasn't the normal Air Force pilot training program. The Air Force actually kind of branched out and started this new experimental program called Pilot Training Next. It's only been 3 classes that have graduated, and I was in the 3rd one. But I was the first African American officer to graduate from the program successfully. So yeah, it was definitely a big accomplishment. And the big thing about Pilot Training Next is it's a condensed, more fast-paced training program than the normal one. So the normal program usually takes about 18 months for you to be a fully qualified pilot. I did it in 7. So it's all the same stuff that they're learning. It's just in a more fast-paced, condensed, environment, and we're doing more advanced stuff. So yeah, it was definitely a journey, and it wasn't easy for sure. But was able to graduate successfully, and was able to be the first one. So it's good to.
Wow. You
To
did
say
it
that
in 7 months. That is crazy because I'm like, okay, can you just talk a little bit about how homeschooling may have helped you with that? Because I'm feeling like I may have been a part of this just a little bit, right?
True.
Just because for those who don't know, you were homeschooled. In fact, you were the reason why we started homeschooling in our family 20 years ago. I can't even believe it's been that long. But just talk a little bit about what homeschooling was for you and how that was influential in your success of becoming a pilot and actually completing this program.
Well, yeah. So I think homeschooling just instilled that kind of like independence of being able to have a task that you're set to do or someone's given to you to accomplish, and you're able to kind of go off on your own, take the steps that are necessary, do the research that's required to get whatever is needed to be done. And yeah, all those things come back from the early days of homeschooling, and yeah, just that like self-determination, kind of not procrastinating to the last possible minute. All those like little silly principles that you learned growing up, all definitely applied to this,
Yeah.
to this program that I'm in now, or that I graduated from.
Yes.
Because it was definitely self-paced. They give you all the information, and they expect you to know it when it's time to fly. And if you don't, then you won't pass. So yeah, all those
Yeah.
things definitely applied.
So I was reading that in the Air Force, there are approximately 12,000 pilots. And of the 12,000, there are only 255 or somewhere around there that are
Yeah.
Black.
Yeah.
And that you were one of the 255. I was like, really? So like it's
Yeah.
so that tells me that you guys must have a close-knit group amongst each other, amongst pilots and Black pilots. So I want you to just talk a little bit about what it means to be a Black pilot in the Air Force, and then how maybe some of the mentors that have helped you and some of the other pilots, the more senior Black pilots that are there with
Yeah.
you, and how you're actually giving back to those who are coming behind you.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, it's certainly a community atmosphere within, I would just say Black officers in general. That's more like it's a broader group. Like pilots are a subgroup of the officer corps in general, but then there's the Black officers in general that encompass all career fields, and we kind of across all branches, and we kind of network that way. So there's always someone who knows someone else, whether that be in your branch or your unit or another base or somewhere close by. So it's kind of like that. I don't know, you want to call it underground network, if you will, but I've been able to kind of meet people, along my path so far that have put me in touch with a lot of other people, like-minded individuals who are doing the same thing, and some doing different things, but just, we're all in this kind of, service community doing some of the same things, whether it be flying, whether it be leading airmen or soldiers, or whatever that might be in the different military branches. So yeah, there's definitely a connection there. It's kind of like an unspoken thing. Like you see another one on base, and you're like, hey,
Yeah. Right. Like you see each other, you're like,
right.
hey, how you doing? Right. I know that's right. That is
So,
so
yeah.
beautiful, Anthony. So we've got a question here and some really great comments. So someone said underground runway.
Yeah.
That's right. Probably the underground runway. But the question for you, this is from Michelle. Michelle says, do you get to interact with retired pilot officers?
Retired pilot officer occasionally. I mean, if there's like, usually when there's some type of special event going on, it's not necessarily like they're just hanging around the base. I mean, there are retirees on base all the time, but yeah, in a normal like work setting, unless we're having like some type of special event, you don't usually run across them. But like I said, when one person knows someone else, they usually know someone else is retired, and then you kind of meet them either.
And that actually happened to you because that actually happened to you too, Anthony, because remember the colonel that came to pin your bars when you graduated from officer training school
Right.
Was a Black retired Tuskegee Airman, right?
Yeah.
That was Colonel Tolliver, but he was introduced to you by a general who took you under his wing.
Mm-hmm. Right, and
right?
It doesn't necessarily have to be someone African American, because one of my biggest supporters was definitely General Canterbury from
Canterbury. Yeah,
he's not African American, but he definitely did a lot for me.
But that is such a beautiful thing. I mean, General Canterbury, he is a Caucasian man who has supported you. He actually came to your officer training graduation, which made the whole base, because when a general visits a base, it's a really big deal. So they had to change all the protocols. And they were like, why is the general coming to the officer training graduation? And he was coming to pin your wings or your bars on for you, which is a really big deal. So there are allies and support that you've gotten from all across. So that's really major. So we've got some other questions here. It's because Lawrence is the GOAT. Okay, Solomon Dawn says you're the GOAT. Yeah, okay, Solomon. That's because Lawrence's mom is the GOAT. Okay, Solomon hasn't met me yet. Okay, so here's a question. How was the feeling of meeting some of the Tuskegee Airmen? What was that like for you?
Man, it's a surreal feeling, honestly. I spent a whole day actually with, he's Brigadier General now, but he was like honorary Brigadier General Charles Lee, out in Tuskegee, at Motor Field, at like the historic site, you know what I mean? So it's just all those things compounded together. It was really surreal feeling, and he just kind of was able to talk like vividly about, some of the experiences that he had, him going through pilot training, what it was like back in the day, and just all the kind of hurdles that they had to endure to get to where they eventually, became legendary in that sense. And stand on their shoulders for sure. It's definitely a surreal feeling to kind of walk down that same path that they opened the door for. And I try to just do it justice, whenever I'm in the seat or up in the air, or just around the squadron, because I know, I represent them to a certain degree, and I try to, do it the best I can.
Yeah, that is beautiful, and I think you're doing a great job. By the way, I mean, I'm always on your back. I'm on your case, but I know you're doing a great job. You really are. I'm very proud of you, which is why I've asked you to come on here today. So, the superlative. Someone asked, "What is your proudest accomplishment so far?"
Proudest accomplishment? I honestly feel like I have so much more to do, because I'm still in somewhat of a training phase. So, there's still much more to accomplish. Like, there's upgrades, more experience in the aircraft, just getting better at flying overall. But it was definitely a proud accomplishment to, because even my Air Force journey in general didn't start out with flying. So just crossing over to the officer side from the enlisted side was a big accomplishment.
Yeah.
Getting into PTN, pilot training next, and then graduating as a first African American, that's been a big accomplishment. And then now I'm in special operations, so getting through this program as well has been, it's challenging in a different way, but but yeah, graduating from here would also be my next big accomplishment. So there's always one more that I'm working on.
Yeah.
And yeah, just, it just seems like, when you finish one, you can't really like dwell on it too much, but you definitely appreciate the moment and try to use that momentum to get to the next one.
Yeah, that's awesome, Anthony. Shell says, I'm excited to share this information with my brother. Okay, he's a former Air Force pilot. Oh, this will make his day. So wonderful. Yes, Mom, you are the guy. I met you at Officer Training School. Okay, thank you, Solomon. I appreciate it. But I do want people to know that, so a lot of times people see, those who maybe made strides and made accomplishments and think that, oh, well, they had, it had to be easy for them, or maybe they had some advantages that other people didn't have. But I do want to share that your story is not quite sort of the standard way that people kind of get to be in the pilot seat.
Mm-hmm.
And someone, before we talk about that a little bit, I'll save that question about any advice for a future pilot. I got like 5 flight hours. So you have some people asking about advice for future pilots. Strive for greatness, brother, but remember you are already great. Oh, this is wonderful. Wonderful, wonderful. Lots of love for you, Anthony. Stay on stay on his case, Mom. Thank you, Heather. I will. But I want people to know that first of all, when you as we talked about, you were homeschooled, and when you got out of high school, that first year you went to college, and you were not. I'm gonna say this in a real let's see, a classy kind of way. I was like, dude, we're not doing this, because that first year and a half. Hey, Alyssa, so proud of you. It's hard not to see the little, right, Alyssa? You remember Miss Alyssa, Anthony?
Yeah.
John Avery's mom. Yes, she's on here. She's like, it's hard not to see you as a young child, but. Child, you went to high school, and I'm telling you, it was terrible, y'all. It was not good. He went to college. I'm sorry, that first year of college, and he was fooling around, not serious. And so the plan all along, because I actually recently came across a picture of you that was taken, was a newspaper clipping that it was a picture of you holding a flight book, and you were wearing your A shirt, which was the flight training that. Yeah, right. And so I said, I was like, okay, you wanted to join, you went to Tuskegee, and because they had the Air Force ROTC program, your plan was you were going to go graduate as a second lieutenant, and then go into the military as an officer, right? So that was the plan. Well, that plan didn't happen. So after a year and a half, right? Remember coming home, right? Yeah. So I refresh your memory about this story, because you came home, and I was like, well, you're not doing, you're not going to go back to school right now. It's not going very well. What did you tell me? What'd you say? Do you remember?
Yeah, I said I had to think about it.
Yeah, you said y'all, he said I had to think about it. I said, what do you have to think about? There's nothing to think about. Like, you going to the military, because that was the plan, right? He was like, well, I just need some time to think. I was like, you had a year and a half to think, baby. You gone, right? So. Right. The blessing is to watch the growth. So you ended up enlisting, and then you did that time as an enlisted airman. But I think somewhere along the way, you realized that if you wanted to get in that pilot seat, you had to get your degree. You had to go ahead and get your college degree in order to do that, right? And then so from there, just share a little bit about how the rest that happened.
For sure. I mean, I think it was just a maturing process that I went through during my enlisted time. Just like, getting in, like, after the struggles of, first college year or whatever, it didn't go so great. And then I ended up, enlisting. And once I kind of got in and saw what the Air Force was really about, and really met some good people that I kind of learned from their experience. Like, okay, this is the path that you need to be on in order to make it happen. I had met some other officers who had crossed over from the enlisted side to officer side and were pilots, because I worked in the flying squadron. So it was kind of a blessing in disguise, I guess, to be like close to people who were already doing the things that I want to be doing.
Right.
I was able to use their experience to grow from, and just kind of like pull from their experience and network that way to, like, okay, these are the steps I need to take in order to get where I'm trying to go. And once I kind of got that information, spent a few years working, traveled, I was able to go on like 2 deployments. I spent some time in Europe and Dubai, and I just traveled the world for a little bit. So it was really a good growing and maturing process.
Yeah.
And then when I got the first opportunity to take the first step to go back to school, I was like, okay, this is my chance to kind of finish what I had initially started. So that's where it came from.
Yeah, that's awesome. So what would you tell, in hindsight, because you kind of went a roundabout way to get to where you are, right? And
Yeah.
is there anything you would have done differently now, given where you are and the age you are? Because the other piece is that in order to even be a pilot in the Air Force, number one, you have to be an officer, but number two, you got to get in that pilot seat by a certain age. Otherwise, you're ineligible to fly. Is that correct?
Yeah, that's
Right.
true. For me, the age wasn't necessarily as big of a factor. Thank you. The age wasn't as big of a factor for me, but for sure, I could have done it, earlier, I guess.
You could have saved me some money. You could have saved some money. Is that what you said? Okay. Okay.
Right.
Gotcha. Yes. Okay.
Still working on paying
Yeah.
that back. Thanks.
Yeah, you working on it. Keep working, babe. That's okay. Okay.
But yeah, I mean, I would just say like, I had a plan initially, but just knowing like the seriousness, I guess, of it. But I don't know, like now that in hindsight, it's hard to like go back and be like, I would change something, because I don't think I would have the same mindset and same experiences that I've had up until this point if I, changed something in the past. But if I was giving advice to someone else who was younger and wanted to do the same process, I wouldn't recommend the path that I took. But it is still possible. I do meet a lot of airmen, and I try to impart on them like they meet me and realize that, oh, I was in their same shoes at one point,
Right.
and it's still possible to get where I am. So I try to give them the motivation and tell them that it's still possible. But if there's a more direct route to go, I would definitely share that information as well, and just tell them like, hey, go to school, even maybe take a year off if you're not necessarily ready to go right into college, or maybe go to community college and kind of go that route for a second and just figure out what do I really want to do, and what is really working for me and my personality, at that kind of age and maturity level, to make it really worthwhile. And I think anybody can definitely do it, because, if I can, then it's definitely possible.
Amen. Definitely. With a little fire under your tail, you can do it.
Right. Good mentors. Right.
Okay. All right, cool. So yes, resilience. Yes, Courtney, determination, and reared with love. Amen to that. What advice, Anthony, would you give to, and I know that I will say, we're living in a pandemic right now. So some of the work that you were doing in terms of mentoring and teaching young children, some of that has been curtailed because of COVID. I know you're doing some things virtually, but how important is it for you to give back? I want you to just speak to that a little bit.
Definitely. It's a big thing, because I wouldn't be here without the help of others. No one gets to any place of significance in their life that didn't have some type of help. So I just know what it was like, initially when I was coming in the Air Force, and looking up to someone that I could relate to, and to draw from their experiences, like I said. So giving back is a big thing. Even growing up, I'm the oldest sibling of 5, so looking out for my younger siblings was always a part of my life, or those type of things. Looking out for other kids I hung out with. So yeah, just mentoring in general, other people who mentored me. So it's like a way for me to kind of pay that forward, or pay it back, however you want to look at it, for the next generation. So
very good.
Try to do my part.
Yeah, that's awesome. Yeah, I remember the years of you at home when all 5 of y'all are at home. Okay, I'm not gonna put you on the spot too much, but I get this question a lot. Is he single? Is he single? Does he have any kids? Like, what's going on? Am I gonna be a grandma anytime soon? What's happening here in this department? I mean, I know. Okay, and you can say you can answer that any way you like, but I just got to put it out there. Yes, Althea. mentoring is truly powerful, and we definitely have taught that and believe in that, and know that we have to reach back. We have to support one another. Look, somebody, Solomon is giving eyes. He wants to hear the answer to that question. Is he single? LOL. Look at Heather. Ha ha. Y'all know I had to put the mama question out there, right? Like, come on now. I'm gonna put you on the spot a little bit, just a little
I
bit.
don't have any kids.
What's up?
Yes.
No kids, okay.
Yeah.
What did I tell you about having kids before you were married? Now, part of the reason why he doesn't have kids probably has to do with me, because I was like, what'd I tell you? Do you remember?
Yeah, no, there was none of that. No, yeah, no.
You
trying to
have,
put in like, but
there'll be none of that. I don't babysit, right? I wear now. Look, truth be told, any part of if my children have children, I would love them if I had grandchildren. But literally, when they were coming up, especially Anthony, I was like, if you go out and create a child, just know that I'm not that mama. Okay, that's not happening. Not for us. Right? So part of that, I say it jokingly, but I know, and I feel like, dang, maybe I drove that point home too much. But it's okay now. You can have some kids now. Look, he shook. I shook him up, Solomon. I sure did. I'm trying to be easier about that now. But so the answer to the question is you're single, and any plans for anything anytime soon? I'll say in the next 5 years. Let's give you a window of time. Maybe let us know. What do you think?
We shall see. I mean, right now I'm just trying to get my feet, set in my career right now. Just getting through training, getting settled at my next location, that type of thing.
All right, I'm gonna have you back on in about 2-3 years and see if you settled in your training and career. Like, what we doing? What's happening now?
Right, I give you an update.
Right. Okay. All right, dear. So I am going to let you go. Right. Solomon is cracking up. I still laugh about that. Now you rushing the man. I'm rushing you. I'm not rushing him out there. We've been having this conversation. He used to say when he was young, I'm not getting married before I'm age 30. Remember you used to say that before you were age 30? Yeah. Said nothing before 30. And I think that was part of that was because you grew up with 4 younger siblings, right? So I think you got a glimpse into what it meant to have younger children. Somebody said Mama Lawrence wants some grandkids. Yeah. We want Anthony with a sister. Solomon said we want Anthony with a sister though. Okay. You got folks out here chiming in on making comments on your life, Anthony.
Thanks.
All right, Solomon. It's Black History Month, so Okay.
Okay.
I'm like, you know what, Anthony? I love whoever you love because I love you.
Yeah.
So for me, of course, I'm a Black woman. I love Black women. I love Black people. That is no secret. Oh, Lord. Look, your sister said, oh, Lord. Kiara made her comment. Uh-oh, here she goes. Right? Because I have raised you all with a strong sense of, Solomon said, my first name is Sierra. Oh, Sierra. Okay. Okay, Sierra Solomon Dawn. That's from Sierra. She must be somebody who follows you because I don't know her. But anyway, I have raised you all with I say the exact same thing to my sons. Yes, indeed. So that's public knowledge for me, right? I love my people because I love me, right? So I love who I am first. That being said, I want my children to be happy. Whomever they choose to love in their lives, I will love them the same. Okay, it's not my life, right? That's one thing I've learned as an adult in my own journey is that they make their own choices, especially as they become, full-grown adults. And so I step back, right? Because I'm parenting from a different place these days, right? So I want you to be happy, right? But
that's fine. Thank you.
That's all I want. I want you to be happy. I want you to be safe. And I want you to just be the very best person you can be. And whomever that is for you, you mom is gonna love you regardless, and them too, because who you love, I love. Okay?
Yeah.
So that's where I'm gonna leave that statement. I'm gonna let you go at this point. I know I've taken up a lot of your time today. I do want you to share if people want to get in touch with you, if they want to ask you questions, maybe they have young people in their lives who are interested in pursuing a career in flight or military or anything at all.
Mm-hmm.
How would you like people to connect or communicate with you?
Yeah, well, I mean, I'm definitely active on Instagram, so my name Saint Esquire is on there, so if you look me up, definitely find me. I get a lot of messages from people, in all different phases of, before they join, after they join, pilots, non-pilots, just whoever. If you want to reach out, for sure, I'm definitely accessible. I try to answer everybody's questions, and we actually have an event coming up for young kids on the 20th in Jacksonville.
Okay.
If anybody is in that area, we're doing
in Jacksonville, Florida.
Yeah, Jacksonville, Florida. Yep.
Yeah, we got somebody joining from Seattle. So hello from Seattle. What's happening in Jacksonville, Florida?
Yeah, there's going to be a fly-in basically for it's kind of like a discovery flight day for young kids and the youth. Just a mentoring day with Legacy Flight Academy, giving out free flights and just mentorship all around for kids who want to come out and who are interested in aviation, obviously. So yeah, I'm going out there. It'll be Saturday the 20th from 8 a.m. to 3 p.m. At the Soulful airport. So
how are they now? I'm curious to know how that's going to work with COVID. Like, how are they managing COVID protocol with that?
Yeah, there's a.
You went out on me.
Hello?
Can you hear me? Yeah, I'm here.
Did I get you back?
Yeah.
Okay, sorry. So yeah, well, social distancing will be required. There's mass enforcement, and then there'll be in the cockpit itself. There'll still be one person at a time, that type of thing. We'll make it work. Everything will be sanitized. So yeah, it should be good. It's mainly kind of outdoor space. We're at the airport, so it's we're outside with airplanes. It's not like a closed environment, so it should be fine.
Okay, cool. Heather says your IG is going to be a dating service now after my question. Heather, don't worry. He knows how to delete them. He'll just delete. That's all. Or just ignore them. But sorry about that. But I had to ask. I mean, that's people ask me, so I'm just putting it off on you because they ask me. So don't want to make your IG a dating service. That's for sure. But looks like you're having a meal. Did you enjoy your meal?
Yes, it was. It was good. Just Saturday lunch, hanging out.
Okay. Yeah, good for you. All right. Well, put your mask on.
Thanks, Mom. I will.
I'm messing with you. Okay, darling. Thank you so much for taking time to spend with your mama today. I do appreciate it. I know you're a popular guy. You have lots going on. You got planes to fly, people to talk to. You got studying to do. This has been fun for me. This is the first time I've had you on IG. You're such a social media guy. You were the reason why I joined social media in the very beginning. Remember that? Back in the day, right? Yeah. Social media came about because of you. So thank you for that. Your sister asked, how did you choose your username? I'm curious how you came up with the username, Saint Esquire Lawrence. What's that about?
It was just a play on my name, obviously, the Lawrence is in there, but there was a character in a movie that I saw that I liked a while back, and I kind of took some elements of that and came together. And now everybody, even people, it's funny. I meet people who don't know me but have seen me on Instagram, and they call me that in real life. So it's kind of funny. I'm like, you don't have to. I'm like, I do have a real name. You don't have to call.
Okay.
Me. But
okay.
But yeah, it just kind of came about like that. But
yes. Okay. Well, there you go. All right, dear. Well, thank you so much for joining me. Thank you for being a history maker. I feel so honored to be your mom because, wow, literally, you're written up in military families today. We've done podcasts. Literally, we have to write a book, Anthony. I'm thinking this needs to be a book situation. What do you think?
Maybe one day, I'm open to the idea for sure.
Yeah.
If people are interested in my story that much,
Yes. Sure. Yes. So, yes, Courtney says she saw this accomplishment on IG before the interview. So happy. Thank you, Courtney, and the Lawrence family, and first and foremost, Anthony. You remember Miss Courtney? Do you remember? You remember we used to run together
Yeah.
At 5 a.m. in the morning. That's Miss Courtney Glover. Yes, Courtney, thank you so much. That's longtime sister friend. She has seen another one in our village who's seen you grow up. And so everyone's really proud of you. You know that is what happens when in our community, when one of us succeeds, you know, we're all just cheering you on, and it's really a beautiful accomplishment. So a lot of people are encouraged, inspired. You know, you inspire me. You inspire so many. So I want to just, you know, all jokes aside, you know, I joke with you a lot, but you know, I love you, right? So thank you for joining me. Thanks for taking time. This was wonderful. Keep making history. We're going to stay tuned for the next thing you're going to do, and I'll have to have you back on again, okay?
Yeah. I appreciate it, Mom. Much love always. Thanks for having me.
All right, dear.
All right.
Love you. Bye-bye.